you ever felt that you're stuck in your life, perhaps just stopped and you just don't know where to go, when to go, or what to do? Well, that's the kind of people we work with all the time at Safe New Futures, and we've helped 300 people last year to find a way forward and to find hope for their futures. And we've seen 60 to 65% move into education, training and employment, and 80 to 90% significantly improve in their confidence and reduction in anxiety and depression.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what we might be able to do is give you a sense of hope for the future, a sense of feeling a bit more in control despite the difficulties that you're having. I wanted to use my experiences with my own mental health to help others, but I was struggling with my motivation. So the Safe New Futures course inspired me to focus on my situation in a constructive way, and it gave me practical steps to move forward, and now I facilitate the programme.
The Safe New Futures programme gave me the confidence to begin volunteering at a local history museum. Leading on from this, I began an apprenticeship with Kiwi Education, and now I work here at Safe New Futures as an office administrator.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are things?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good. Okay. How are you doing, Adam? How are things?
Good. I've been preparing packs for participants to go out.
Oh, well done. They love those packs.
Yeah, they do.
How are you doing, Sue?
So we've had 62 referrals for the November programme from across the region, and the main referrers are DWP, CTEC, Hampshire Futures and Surrey County Council.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done you,
I know,
getting all those
amazing.
referrals through.
I know, it's amazing, hasn't it?
So-
It's going really well.
Hi, John. How are you doing?
Morning,
Did you get a
Eva.
chance to listen to the Loneliness podcast yet?
Working on them now, should have them out by next week.
Oh, brilliant. Did they sound okay?
Yeah, definitely. Ready to go.
Yeah.
You did a great job as always.
Oh,
I love them.
don't have to say that. When I joined the charity, we didn't have a sustainable business model. And so I really had to turn that around, look at how resources were being spent, as well as getting new funding coming in. And we applied for long-term funding, and Henry Smith Foundation were the first to come alongside us, which was amazing. But very soon after that, we had National Lottery Community Fund, who transformed our fortunes actually, and then Garfield Weston Foundation, who came in with core funding, which was so hard to get. And then we had Quilter Foundation for the youth courses, and we also had Hampshire and Isle of Wight Community Foundation. So then we knew finally we had a future, which is great. Recently, in fact, in the last year, we've got NHS funding, which is actually 6 courses over 2 years. That was truly extraordinary because we're not a medical intervention. We are cognitive behavioural therapy based, so there's a big sort of psychological element in terms of moving people forward, changing their core beliefs, but it's mixed very much with a vocational element, which is all around goal setting, very much about getting a job, getting employment, getting into training and so on. We're not a therapeutic service as such. We help people move forward. And so to get that NHS funding was incredible because they could see the value of what we were doing in a non-therapeutic environment. And it was also amazing because, as the name suggests, it's National Health Service. So when I first joined the charity, it was very Southampton based, very Southampton focused. And because we then went online during the pandemic, we were able to open ourselves up to the whole of Hampshire and the Isle of Wight. Then we got funding for Surrey as well. And now that we've got a national contract, 6 programs actually over 2 years, we're able, we feel, to even go bigger than Hampshire and Surrey and potentially nationally if we get enough support, if we get the funders behind us. During the pandemic, we were scrabbling around trying to find people because everyone had closed their doors and we stayed open. Now we are inundated with demand, especially post-COVID pandemic, and we're having to really be very careful about making sure that our courses don't become oversubscribed, actually. but we could run more courses, of course, if we had the funding. Our costs are about 300,000 a year, and we're seeing about 300 people through our program every year. We're really seeing people who have been long-term unemployed and sometimes even unable to leave the house move into employment, education or training. And we're seeing 80 to 90% increasing in their confidence significantly, and their self-esteem and their core beliefs, and a huge same amount, 80 to 90% reducing in anxiety and depression. So it gives them a future and a hope that they never thought they could have.